It always amazes me, man, when I pay attention to the generation that we currently live in, especially when it comes to journalism. Because you quickly realize, especially the more you watch a lot of these journalists, a lot of these, hot take artists, a lot of these people who just talk sports on a daily basis, the Shannon Sharps, the Colin Cowherds, the Dan Patricks, the Skip Bayless, the Stephen A. Smiths, the Nick Wrights. You quickly realize that none of them really have a code of honor or an ethics code. They basically do what the companies tell them to do. They basically do whatever their agency tells them to do. And we know a lot of these people are signed by Clutch Sports. So we know who they're going for. But there's no ethics. It's all about money. It's all about lining your pockets. Selling out the next person to get your next big payday. They will trash talk somebody to death if it means that they get more views and if it means that it makes the person that they're going for look even better in a light, like they did for Kevin Durant for a long time. Now, I'm not saying that you can't negatively talk about somebody or that you can't positively talk about somebody that is a great player, but you can clearly see the reason why they're siding with the person that they side with 90% of the time. It's clearly because of the money. It's clearly because that there's a backhanded handshake that no one else gets to see. That being said, when you look at people like Colin Cowherd, he tries to do a good job at playing the straight man because every now and then he'll drop a video where, even though we basically know he's a Clutch Sports client, he'll drop a video here and there where he just trashes LeBron, criticizes him heavily. That way, most people think he's unbiased. But if you really pay attention to the videos and the content he has about LeBron, 95 to like 98% of them, they're all positive. And then he'll get one video where he says, oh, LeBron's tripping. And then for the next couple of months, he'll go back to praising LeBron's glory, somehow saying he's better than Jordan, even though he knows he's not. And even though he grew up in the era of Jordan, he saw it for his own eyes. LeBron's not better. But, Rich Paul demands what Rich Paul demands, and LeBron demands what LeBron demands. So he will continue this charade. Well, today, he decided it was the day to get on LeBron. Why? Well, because LeBron has just been stupid for like the last 2 weeks. He's just been running around talking about championships don't matter. There's no point in winning. It's all about stats. It's all about personal accolades. Because that's all he has. He doesn't have the winning. Right? But then comes out today, signs a max extension, and tells the Lakers, hey, I'm all about winning over here. I want a ring. You guys need to build this magnificent championship caliber team around me so that I can win. And that would be cool for you, the Lakers, only except you take up 34% of the salary cap, LeBron, because you opted in. We only got about $15 million left to offer. How the hell are you going to build a championship caliber team with somewhere around $15 to $20 million left in salary cap space? You want us to basically build Mount Rushmore with a spoon. Crazy, right? So Colin Cowherd, he trash talks LeBron, his version of trash talking. I'm going to let him talk about it, and I'm going to chime in. Make sure you like and comment and subscribe.
A lot to talk about. So, listen, I have been overwhelmingly a LeBron defender my entire career. But there are a couple of things recently that he's done.
Yeah, LeBron defender / Clutch Sports client. Why do they always forget that part? They always forget the Clutch Sports client part when they're talking about defending LeBron. Interesting. I defend my boss. I didn't mean boss. I meant LeBron James And Rich Paul, my boss. I mean, not boss, not boss. I didn't mean to say that. I'm sorry. I meant to say Rich Paul and LeBron James. That's all it is. Okay, Scott's honor.
That give his critics, and there's a lot of them, MJ's always been more popular. That's not even disputable. And I would say about 75 to 80% of the people think MJ's the GOAT, not LeBron. But he's done something recently. I saw yesterday where he picked up his $52.6 million Laker option. And in the press release, well, LeBron wants to win titles. Well, then you can't pick up the option. You can't play for $52 million. It's a hard cap now. No owner's going to blow through it. So, first of all, he got into that silly ring debate about 2 weeks ago where he talked about something that he didn't truly believe, which is the ring culture. It's overemphasized. And then a piece of video emerged of LeBron saying after he won in Cleveland, hey, that ring, I think, make me the greatest of all time. Well, I thought the ring culture is overemphasized. Rings.
They always say like a piece of video emerged, but that piece of video has been played for years. That ring was 2016. So for like 9 years, you see it all the time. Like it's always posted. It was from the shop. They all talked about it. It didn't really go away. It's something that they've always talked about. So I don't understand why they're explaining it like it popped up and no one saw it before. You know, this is new footage, breaking news. Like, come on, bro.
Matter to everybody, including LeBron, and he knows it. But he's not as popular as MJ. The numbers we remember about Michael are 6 for 6, and Michael is considered the GOAT by a lot of people, including some notable people like a Phil Jackson, and that's just the reality of it. Okay, it is. And Michael's much...
No, that's cap. Let's be honest. It's a lot more than just the numbers. It's a lot more than just championships. If it was just LeBron had 4, MJ had 6, this wouldn't be that big of a discussion because people give Larry Bird, some people, especially ones who aren't racially biased, they give Larry Bird more credit than they give LeBron. And Larry Bird got 3 rings. But it's the way he got his championships that matter. On top of the regular season accolades, which LeBron basically, outside of points, doesn't have. He doesn't have Defensive Player of the Year awards. He doesn't have more MVPs. He doesn't have a scoring title. The All-NBA first-team selections. It's like when you really look at it, LeBron James has a lot less accolades. Now, why is that? Well, a big part of it is the fact that they played 82 games. MJ played 82 games like 8-9 times in his career. 14-year career, basically. LeBron once. And I should make a separate video on this, but all these Achilles being popped, I saw Kevin Garnett talking about it. It is the intensity, man. They're not intense in the regular season. Therefore, when they up that intensity, they go, what like Drake said, they go from 0 to 100. Basically, they go from cruising in the regular season, most of these players, right? I'm not saying necessarily Jason Tatum, because he's always played at least like 74 games. You look at Halliburton, you look at Dame, they go from like cruising in the regular season to all of a sudden 1,000 miles a minute, and their body/legs can't hold up, and they pop these Achilles. It's a lot of Achilles that got torn this offseason. I don't think the answer is to shorten the season like what Draymond Green dumbass said. I think when you really look at it, you guys need to take the regular season more serious like players of yesteryear. Now that makes me the old guy in the room, but it's just the truth. Like, I'm sorry, I don't want to sit here and cap about it. Like, bro, you guys, the amount of pressure, like, and this is what makes champions so great. This is what makes players who become champions so great. When you see them go, the playoffs is 4 series. And you see series 1, intensity high. Series 2, it gets higher. Series 3, it gets even higher. Series 4, it's to the top that basketball has ever been. When you look at Kobe, when you look at Jordan, when you look at Tim Duncan, and they keep it there. They can always raise every single level. Players like Dame, who, before y'all call hate, one of my favorite players. But I even noticed years ago, because there's always been some Dame Lillard, Steph Curry debate, which I always laughed at because they're not close. Steph Curry is leagues above Dame. Why? Because he can raise his game. It's not because Steph just had this incredible team and Dame always played with plumbers and firemen, a la JJ Redick. It's because when you have to raise that intensity after the first, series one, Dame looks great. Series two, he's cool. By the time he gets to the Western Conference Finals, Dame is always gassed. Always. He's even played Steph in the Western Conference Finals. He looks gassed. His body can't handle it. The intensity. And what you guys have to realize, for those of y'all who haven't played basketball or watched basketball, for that long in your life, who haven't seen the former generations, that's what made the greats. Your body has to handle that. Not only your body, but your conditioning. You have to be able to push even further. Every single series is tough. Unless you are on some, extremely good super team that can just cakewalk through shit. Which, that's not what most championships are about. Jordan was never on no, crazy super team. He didn't have to cakewalk. Neither was Kobe, really. He just had Shaq. But it's the intensity, bro. The intensity, and most people's bodies can't handle it. And that's not even necessarily a bad thing. There's this Tracy McGrady, Kobe Bryant debate going on right now. It's not necessarily horrible that Tracy never got far. The truth is just that Tracy's his mental fortitude, his strengths, his conditioning, it was just never meant to make it past the first round like that. Basketball becomes less of hooping and more chess. It really is. The playoffs is all chess, bro. And even this year, most people might, if they really paid attention, because if you watch the Knicks series against the Celtics, if you watch the Knicks series against the Pacers, why did they look so good against the Celtics? Why did they look so bad against the Pacers? It's chess. The Pacers had a better strategy and a better coach than both those teams. The way they played, you can complain about fouls here and there, but the truth is the way they played, the intensity, how hot they got in the fourth quarter, they just had a better strategy, better conditioning, better athleticism. They knew that they were the most athletic team out of the Knicks. We just gonna big dog y'all with athleticism. And y'all gonna buckle down under the pressure. This shit is chess, y'all. Dame Lillard never played chess on that level. Neither has Russell Westbrook. He's that, which is why Kevin Durant left him. Most people who aren't like top 10, top 5 greats. And I'm not saying that as if it's a bad thing or just a hate. It's just the reality of basketball. You're not going to be able to be one of the all-time. Not everybody can do that. But the people who do that, the top 10, the top 15, they've always been able to push to another level, like we saw Steph Curry do against Damian Lillard. I'm just using this for an example. Against Damian Lillard on multiple times. And then when you see players even though they didn't play in the playoffs, when you look at the mentality of Kobe Bryant versus the mentality of even LeBron James, whose body could get there, but always remember, cramps. Outside of steroid allegations, it's the body, which is why he's always preferred to have more talent than everyone else. Because if you just put it all on LeBron's back, he's not going to have the stamina to do it. We all see it. LeBron James fans just don't. When you look at Jordan, it's the exact opposite. Jordan, his conditioning, and I don't mean like he was a vegan. I mean his conditioning and his mental fortitude, the way he played the game like chess, it was so high that this man could literally go smoke a cigar, play golf, drink, knock down a couple shots, pop off a broad, and then hop in to the middle of the playoffs and whoop your ass. Not everybody has the build for that.
More popular. His shoes still
Ignite the fairways.
With Fireball.
Jiminy Cricket, you don't even have a club in your hand.
Leading sellers. They're like collector's items, and they still sell. And so the reality is that debate was silly. It was projection. And then the second thing is, LeBron's always been, hey, I'm about winning, which I've always argued. He plays winning basketball. He elevates teammates. He's like a more athletic Magic Johnson. But then when you...
That's all cap, too. Look, LeBron never really been about winning. He wanted to be. But when he realized, in his career, especially when he was younger, that he wasn't built for that, he switched his trajectory. Now I'm going to be all about stats and personal accolades. He walked around in 2011 with a shirt on that said, check my stats, guys. Man, I don't even want to cuss, but how the hell is that a dude that's all about winning? How? Someone explain to me in the comments section. Because I know where y'all finna go with this. Explain to me how that's a guy that's all about winning. It's not. If he was all about winning, he would have been figuring out how to win in 2011, not being braggadocious. See, he was too overhyped because he knew he was going into that series with the best team on paper. But again, championships, finals, it's all chess, bro. There's a reason why LeBron is 4-6 in the finals. It's all chess, and it's a lot of sacrifice. You can't have the ball in your hand 90% of the time and expect everybody else to perform at a tip-top level. LeBron can't even perform without the ball in his hand. He normally stands around somewhere. He's always been like that. So I don't want to hear that. He's all about winning. Well, where's the winning? 10 finals appearances. Weak-ass East and an overstacked super team. Whenever the East had talent, he was never a factor. Because for y'all who be like, oh, well, it's the East he had. His hardest team was the Kyle Korver Hawks and the DeMar DeRozan Toronto Raptors. In that 1 year, the Pacers with Paul George did something. That's not going up against anybody on the level of those Miami Heat teams. Sorry. Or that Cleveland Cavaliers team. And to show proof, LeBron should have got to the finals in 2009. But the Orlando Magic with Dwight Howard got there. He should have got there. He actually had a formidable team in 2008, the Celtics. And you see what happened. And then he should have got there again in 2010. So I don't want to hear all that. That's nonsense.
Do this knowing the Lakers need at least two centers. Two. That's what Oklahoma City has. That's what the Knicks have. That's what, the better teams in the league. They've got a couple of bigs. By the way, Denver drafted a big. He got hurt, but they'll have two next year. Like, you've got to have bigs.
Come on, y'all. Do we really got to have bigs? Let's be real, y'all. I like bigs. You got to have centers. But LeBron can't play with bigs unless they can shoot the three. Like, the best big in the league that would fit perfectly around LeBron, that ain't Jokic, would be Miles Turner. Miles Turner is that type of big that LeBron needs, but how many Miles Turner? And there's a reason why Miles Turner is considered like the third or fourth. I'm not talking about like Wemby and Chet, all of them, but like as like an older big, he's like the third best big in the league. As a role player big, he's the best one. Like, Miles Turner is that guy, and honestly, if the Lakers wanted to win, like, that's the guy that they should have traded for. When they had the D'Lo trade available, that Westbrook trade available, they could have had Miles Turner and Buddy Hield. I've always said that, though. He's the perfect guy around LeBron. LeBron only scores under the basket. That's why he's trash. He can only basically make layups and dunks. He's ass. You need somebody like Miles Turner to stretch that floor. You go grab Clint Capella, which everybody was talking about. Like, I bet, let your dumb ass go grab Clint Capella and expect LeBron to still put up the same numbers that he been putting up, man. You got your mind. There's a reason why he got rid of Dwight Howard and why JaVale McGee ain't on the Lakers. Let's be for real, man.
And the Lakers have one, and the coach, J.J. Redick, doesn't want to play him. So they need two centers. Dorian Finney-Smith is opting out. They need two wing defenders then. And you can't do it if you're taking maxes, because they got to pay Luka this summer. And Austin Reeves just declined money, and they tell everybody they love Austin Reeves. And so you're going to have to pay LeBron, and he's opting in for $52.6 million. So, again, what is it? Are you about winning? Because I've seen Ohtani take pay cuts and Josh Allen and Tom Brady and Tim Duncan and Jalen Brunson. That's about winning. Tom did it for winning. He was the best quarterback in the world, and he kept taking pay cuts. So you're going to have to.
And he was right on the money with that. All of those players took pay cuts. They didn't all win, because I know Josh Allen ain't won. But you take pay cuts to sacrifice for the greater good, for the roster. What Jalen Brunson did, because he could have got a $50 million deal too. Like, they would have offered it and gave it to him. Taking that pay cut, it shows, not only does it show that you're a man of honor, because I'm not going to tell nobody not to get their money. I'm not a hater like that. But it does kind of show you're a man of honor, but you're also a man who has bigger priorities than just maximizing his stock portfolio and his dollars. You can always get that money back on the back end when you play in these sports leagues. But when you take a pay cut, it shows your team that you're here for winning. Even if you're not a winner yourself, we're going to figure it the fuck out. And it also puts your ownership on notice. Get me a team that can win. Here's the extra money. Go get those guys. What are we missing? What are the holes that you guys see that I don't see? Here, take 20 extra million and let's figure this out. And the bad thing about LeBron's contract, the truth about that 52.6, he's not worth that on the basketball floor. LeBron fans, please hit the comment section right now, because I'm just telling y'all the facts. He's not worth that. On the floor, he's ass. If we was going off of what LeBron's worth basketball-wise, he's like a mid-level guy. $20 million at best. He doesn't produce winning results for any team. And he's been on the Lakers for 7 seasons now. Where's the winning, guys? Don't tell me about the bubble. Where's the winning? 7 full seasons. When LeBron went to the Lakers, most of y'all who finna hit this comment section were in middle school. Y'all was kids. Now y'all in college. Now y'all in college right now. You was in middle school when this dude got to the Lakers. You ever look at it like that? And he ain't won shit since you was in middle school. For the bubble since you was an 8th grader. Stop it. Stop defending it. He's clearly shown you, if I'm paying somebody 34% of the salary cap, because it's not even the dollar amount, it's how much of the cap is it hitting. And I'm giving you 34%. You got to be the best player in the league. Literally top 5. LeBron is not. I don't care what Stephen A's ranking said. He's not. If he was, they'd be doing more winning. What are the top guys in the league doing? Jokic smacking the shit out of LeBron every year. Just won a championship 2 years ago. Tatum won a championship. Shea just won a championship. Luka got to the finals when he was top 5. Got to the finals. LeBron hasn't gotten nowhere close. Nowhere. So how can you sit here and say he's worth 34% of your cap and $52.6 million? He's not. Get out of here with those lies. If you really wanted to win, like, you're overpaying for a basketball person. If we want to sit here and talk about marketing, jersey sales, whatever else, you know, his fan base, sure. All these players are worth basically more than that. If we talking about the amount of revenue that they can generate, sure. Even though this is the Lakers, sure. But we're not talking about revenue. We're not talking about the politics or the financial side of basketball. We're talking about hoops on the floor. He's not that guy. And sometimes you guys, I think, confuse the two. You guys confuse what LeBron produces versus who his name is, who, from a marketing standpoint. I don't care about all of that. It doesn't freaking matter. The Lakers are sorry. The Lakers are ass. But when you look at the product on the floor, they got talent. How the fuck? They have like a top 3, top 4 talented roster. How the fuck are y'all this ass? How? Don't sit here and tell me Reeves sucks or Rui or Finney Smith before he left to the Rockets. I don't hear that. No, it's LeBron. Too much money on the cap, over-absorbent personality, narcissist. Can't change his ways because he's already 40, 41. Plays no defense. That's not a guy that should get $52.6 million slash 34% of your salary cap. Sorry.
Pay Luka, and I'm told you're going to pay eventually Austin Reeves. So if LeBron is opted in, it's not a championship team. Okay, and I've seen the great ones. I mean, LeBron now, and I don't envy it. There's no animosity. I don't think anybody holds it against LeBron that he's a billionaire. We don't care. There's billionaires everywhere. Everything we buy at Amazon, run by a billionaire who just got married in Venice, and Venice is mad. But, most Americans, we're capitalists. We're good with it. That's not it. But when you're telling me ring culture does...
Man, that capitalism that he talking about on the side note, whoo, I'm so tired of these prices. I don't got to think against capitalism, but, dude, these Fortune 500 companies, man, and I live in California, they just be raping you over the coals, bro. Everything is so expensive, especially when you compare it to pre-COVID. Prices is ridiculous, and nobody's doing anything about it.
Doesn't matter, and you're telling me winning, it's all about winning. No, it's not. You just watched OKC in Indiana that had like most Americans, we're capitalists, we're good with it. That's not it. But when you're telling me ring culture doesn't matter and you're telling me winning, it's all about winning. No, it's not. You just watched OKC in Indiana that had like 8 deep rotations that played 8 or 9 guys. The Lakers don't even trust their starting center. J.J. Redick doesn't. LeBron's getting older.
Look, let's get on Jackson Hayes real quick. I don't think it's because he don't trust Jackson Hayes. When I look at Jackson Hayes, I think he's a formidable center. I really just think J.J. Redick's not that good of a coach. I think he tries hard. I don't think he's that great of a coach. He couldn't use Jackson Hayes. It's not that Jackson Hayes couldn't be used. It's that J.J. Redick couldn't use him. But when you look at it from a deeper perspective, again, like I told you guys, when the going gets tough, LeBron can't score except for under the basket. He's got to be fouled. He's got to go to the free throw line in the playoffs like 4 to 8 times a game, right? He's got to make his shots under the basket. He's going to be too fatigued to shoot a lot of threes. And you can't have Jackson Hayes on the floor. He's not a stretch big. LeBron can only function around stretch centers. If it wasn't LeBron, if it was Jackson Hayes and Luka, I think you would have saw a lot of PT for Jackson Hayes. Now, he's still a little raw. Basically, last year was his first time really getting the spotlight on a serious team that wasn't the Pelicans. He's still a little raw. But I think he could have performed much better under, for one, a better coach. But two, if your second or best player, quote unquote, didn't need to be under the basket as much, which means that Jackson Hayes' man is going to be drawn under the basket to give more difficulty to LeBron when he tries to score, a.k.a. Rudy Gobert, who Jackson Hayes had to guard in that series. Rudy Gobert's just going to stand under the basket. And under the basket, he's basically the best defender in the league. Basically, under the basket. So it's like, no, you can't play Jackson Hayes in that series. There was plenty of series where they didn't even play Dwight Howard for the same exact reason. Do you think it was because Dwight Howard couldn't lock somebody down or even be great offensively? If you wanted to, Dwight Howard could have gave you 16 to 18 points a game throughout that entire run that the Lakers had in 2020. But when you got LeBron on the court, your centers are worthless if they can't score. If it's just defense, then he's going to say, get rid of them. That's what happened in that series.
Luka is hopefully in shape. They're going to have to pay Austin Reeves. I'm told they love him. So you're giving your critics cannon fodder to criticize you. And for years, I've always been, LeBron's about winning. Nah, Brady was about winning. Duncan was about winning. Josh Allen's about winning. Ohtani is about winning. That's what Jalen Brunson's about winning. That's what truly matters to them. I don't feel like they're projecting. They're actionable on not taking the maximum available. So I'm just saying, just be of your word. Do rings matter? Of course.
Of course LeBron's not going to be of his word. He never been about his word. He's two-faced. He's a snake. Always has been. Even to his own teammates. We've seen the reports. We've seen how he did them. We've seen how they just disrespected Chris Bosh, him and Rich Paul. You see what he said about Dwayne Wade and other players? He don't care. See, look, and if you a Laker fan or if you watch the Lakers, you shouldn't even be upset because it's not like LeBron ain't told you who he is by now. We know who he is. This is why he gets the criticism. And it's mostly the Lakers' fault. Because it's like, bro, why do y'all continue to keep paying this guy who can't win for you and it's nothing but pure drama? The only thing you're getting from LeBron and have been getting is marketing revenue. The revenue you get from sales. Outside of that, he's not a positive for this team. Sorry. I don't care how many times they feed you lies. I tell you he is. And yes, LeBron is known, publicly known, the cheapest guy in the league. If they did a poll, he'd be number one. Still using Stream East, even though he's worth billions. He's the cheapest dude in the league. He's made commercials. I don't know if it was a movie or a commercial, where he talked about being cheap. He has that interview with Dwayne Wade where he talks about being cheap because that's just who he is. So you think he's going to take a pay cut? The only time he did that was when he had to join the Heat, but that's because he cared more about getting, easy rings than he cared about getting paid. He don't care as much about getting rings now because he knows that means that he would be expected to go deep into the finals, and he don't got the stamina for that no more. Y'all saw how gassed he was in the Western Conference Finals against the Nuggets a couple years ago. Now he's even older. He's gassed. He ain't got that. If LeBron was in the finals this year, he would have been outplayed on every level by both teams. The relentless defense that the Pacers had and the crazy talent that the Thunder had, he would have stood no chance getting that far. I'm not saying he was always like that in his career, but right now, no. 40, 41, he's done. Let's stop lying to ourselves. Even if they did get there, he would have looked like a shell of himself. Like how I explained Damian Lillard versus Steph Curry in their primes. LeBron's not in his prime no more.
They do. And does money matter more than winning at this point? Absolutely, yes, it does. By the way, Kobe Bryant wanted every penny to the end, but he was honest about it. He was authentic about it. He was totally upfront.
That's the truth. And see, Colin's trying to get an award here for LeBron Hate Award. I bet you his comment section crazy. Kobe Bryant stood 10 toes down on the shit that he did and believed. So did Michael Jordan. Everybody likes to criticize what they did, but the truth is you ain't got to like it, but you got to respect it. And that's just life. You ain't got to like everything that anybody does. But you better damn well respect those who stand 10 toes down on what they do. LeBron is not one of those guys. He don't stand 10 toes down on nothing. He will do one thing and lie and say he's doing another. Like a liberal snake. Tell you one thing, do another. That's LeBron. All day long. This is why when y'all sit here and go, why people hate LeBron so much? What's up with all the hate? It's because he's not real about his shit. And as a man, ain't nothing worse than somebody who ain't honest about what they doing. Lying left and right, up and down. Telling you one thing, doing another. And LeBron just been like that his whole career. It's because, I don't know, his need to be liked. Maybe he's just a great politician. That's why I always say he comes off to me like Homelander from The Boys, if you ever seen that show. Like, he just comes off to me like that, one of those guys. And he's just a pathological liar. You've caught him multiple times. If it makes money, he'll do it. His end all be all, his God is the almighty dollar.
About it. There's multiple quotes about it. Just be honest with us. That's all we're asking.
Golf, the ultimate game of precision and passion. It's a worldwide obsession.
J-Mac just told me during the break he wants to play a little trivia here. So I just said I have defended LeBron, and this could be our last LeBron topic for a while. I've defended LeBron for years that he's a winning player. He's more magic than Michael. He elevates teammates. He doesn't get in trouble. I'm a LeBron fan. Who's the best ever? I don't really care. They're different players totally. Kobe was...
See, that's that BS. He automatically knows it's Jordan. He just don't want to say it because he don't want to bump LeBron down. I get sick of this stuff, and this is why I was explaining to y'all to start off this video. This dude, 99% is LeBron here and there. One, every now and then he'll criticize him. Sick of these chumps. Anyway, Lakers is ready to move off LeBron. They already just announced that in the 2027 season, they saving up a max salary cap space for another star who, honestly, if you read into between the lines, they're talking about Giannis. They want Giannis. They're done with LeBron. They're going to waste this season, make the money, make him look cute, all of that, see if Luka cool with it. And they're going to move on. They know this team ain't winning no championship, and it's not because of role players. They have so many role players they can develop. Like, y'all want to tell me they don't have enough scoring? Then give all the minutes to Dalton Connect this year. It's like, okay, we don't have enough scoring. Then develop Dalton Connect, who's already a senior rookie because of his age. Okay, just like y'all developed Reeves. Go develop Dalton Connect. Oh, well, we don't have enough center help. Then go develop Jackson Hayes. You do need one more center. Go do everything you can to get DeAndre Ayton. That's not gonna help defensively, but offensively, that's great. Like, get you another center and then develop Jackson Hayes even more. You have Rui Hachimura, have him lock down more on defense because he's already pretty good defensively. And then you got Vando. Fucking make Vando be an offensive player. Give him the ball more. Force him to at least make a wide open three. You got defense. You got offense. I don't think you have a player that can play defense for LeBron and Luka at the same time. So I see why they was pushing Luka to be better. But when you look at this roster, there's so much talent, and some of it is just undeveloped because they choose not to. Because the two players on this team, LeBron and Luka, got the ball too much in their hands. It stops the development of other players. You basically make them rotational players when they could be the second or third best player on the damn team. Get Dalton Connect some damn minutes. Shit. What y'all think, man? I'm up out of here. I appreciate y'all watching this video, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comment section, man. I'm up out of here.